Greetings and welcome back. I guess I have an apology to make. I saw the neurosurgeon yesterday, and technically it's not a broken back. For anybody that's wondering, I did ask him point blank, okay, what's the difference between what I've got and a broken back? First of all, what I've got is classified as a slipped disc. The disc did slip over to the side, and then it had to be removed and replaced with a spacer, and the x-rays were rather interesting to look at because you could see the compression in my spine. I hadn't seen it prior to that in such a clear format, but you could see the distance between the individual vertebrae was relatively small, except where he made the correction, and that has a spacer in it. It looked, I swear, like it was twice as tall as the space between the others, which might explain why I went from 5'11" to 5'9". But in the case of an actual broken neck, what they're referring to is that the vertebrae has an actual fracture. In my case, no fracture. That was a good thing. The compression was a bad thing, and it was affecting nerves, and given enough time, the disc could have slipped over and done some real damage. So I am recovering from that. I am happy to be recovering from that. It is difficult, I got to tell you, to try and keep your neck straight. So even as I'm recording this, I'm like staring off straight ahead of me and trying to keep everything as straight as I can. Trying to get through the whole day like that is difficult, but the more you can do it, the less time it will take for the bones to heal properly and to not have little cavitations around the screws that they put in. If that happens, as it was explained to me, then they got to go in through the back of my neck. And I don't know what other nerves would be impacted there, but they'd have to go in through the back of my neck, add some additional support, and then keep my head even straighter. And I don't know how they would do that. I'm afraid of what that would entail. So I'm going to try and keep myself straight here. But it has been a couple of weeks since I got out of the hospital as this is released. Actually, I'm recording it the night before, so slightly less. I've learned a lot. Keeping the neck straight, keeping the collar straight, but the doctor figures that there's a small enough amount of movement over the overnight that I could actually take the collar off and sleep overnight. I'm afraid of messing this up, so I keep the collar on, as uncomfortable as it is. I did finally figure out last night, literally, how to sleep on my side. I'm a side sleeper, not a back sleeper. I've had to learn to sleep on my back for the first couple of weeks of this, but now I should be okay to lie on my side as long as I keep my neck straight. So if I got the pillows properly supporting my head, I should be okay. And honestly, with the right pillows, the brace is not quite as annoying when I'm on my side. So that's kind of working. Other than that, we just ordered up a bunch of stuff that we now realize the insurance is not going to cover, so we got to pay for it anyway. So we ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon without getting terribly graphic. Let's just say I need some tools for the bathroom so I can bathe myself properly. We do have one of those spacers for the toilet. Because somebody else in the family recently had a surgery, and we wanted to make sure that that person didn't have to sit too far down. The toilets tend to be too low when you're recovering from any kind of spinal-related or certain other surgeries, in this case, hip surgery. So you want to keep from going down too low, and you want to have some support that you can grab onto as you're going down. Now, prior to my own issues, I was the one putting all the grab bars and spacers and everything. So now I need family to help me out. And we should probably have that done in the next couple of days. I've managed to use the bathroom without too much of a problem, but I just want to be safe. So there's that. And at this point, the padding in my neck brace is getting rather grotesque. So we've ordered up some new padding. We'll put that in, and that should make me just a little bit more comfortable. Meanwhile, here I am trying to do YouTube videos and or blogs, and things are starting to progress. So that's making me feel good. But the big oopsie was It's not actually a broken neck. So the Broken Neck Chronicle is now the Slip Disc Chronicle. I'm going to leave the old titles up there. I'm not going to mess with the old videos. Not a whole lot of views yet, but at some point, this will help somebody, I hope. So I'm going to continue to document what's going on and kind of give you an idea of what it's like to go through this, in case you haven't, or in case you know somebody that's about to go through it, might give you some idea. So that's the idea. And with that, that's pretty much the end of this episode. I'll give you another update in a week or two, something like that. And I'll continue going back to the engineering videos and seeing how much I can accomplish without actually moving my neck. Thank you so much for listening.